Today we're going to answer the question that no one's asking, but everyone needs to know the answer to. Can you combine two of the most popular cocktails in the world, the Pornstar Martini and the Espresso Martini, and create something brand new and delicious? The answer is yes, of course, and today I'm going to show you exactly how. So, let's make some coffee cocktails. Alright, welcome back to the Coffee Cocktail channel everyone. I'm Dan Fellows, and today we're going to be making the Pornstar Espresso Martini. So this channel is all about coffee and cocktails and bringing the two together kind of creatively and in interesting ways. And if that sounds interesting to you, if you could do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and check out the Patreon and Skillshare links below, it would be much appreciated and goes a long way to support the channel. But what we're going to do today is follow on from my previous video where we made passion fruit liqueur, and this is the quicker version that we're going to use today, which if you want to learn how to use this, you can click here. And I'm going to be sharing lots of recipes using these liqueurs, but where else could we possibly start than riffing on the Pornstar Martini? So for those of you unfamiliar with the Pornstar Martini, it was invented in the early 2000s by Douglas Ankara, and it was originally known as the Maverick Martini. It's a really refreshing cocktail, focusing on some kind of key characteristics of passion fruit, vanilla, and Prosecco, and it's an absolute winner. And one of my favorite specs for this is 1.5 passion fruits into a shaker tin. Some recipes call for passion fruit puree, which also works. Combine this with 45 ml of vanilla infused vodka, 15 ml of Passoa, 15 ml of freshly squeezed lime juice, and then 15 ml of Monin vanilla syrup. Give this a really good shake over ice, and then strain it into a chilled coupe glass. Served with a shot of Prosecco on the side, and this is an absolute banger of a drink. However, we can really level this up by taking each ingredient and taking it to the next level, making some homemade ingredients that I'll show you how to make today. And as this is a coffee cocktail channel, we're going to combine it with coffee. So if there's three things I love in life, it's an espresso martini, a Pornstar Martini and kind of tropical drinks, and really tropical flavoured coffees. We're going to be using all those things together to create the Pornstar Espresso Martini. So to make the Pornstar Espresso Martini, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need a coffee with really kind of tropical flavour characteristics, and I'll talk more about this coffee in a second. We're going to need some homemade vanilla rum, which I'll show you how to make in a minute as well. We're going to use 1 passion fruit in total. We're going to need our quicker version of our passion fruit liqueur from the previous video. We'll use a homemade vanilla syrup, which again, I'll show you. And then on the side, we're going to be serving this with discarded Cascara vermouth and sparkling wine. We're going to want to chill our glassware in the freezer so it's nice and cold when you serve the drink. And all these ingredients are going to be linked below in the description so you can pick them up for yourselves. So this recipe is going to be built around my ultimate espresso martini template, which I'll link at the end of the video in case you haven't seen that. And it's going to start by, in a shaker tin, adding 40 grams of our tropical espresso. So when you're choosing a coffee for this drink, you want to choose something with flavour notes that are kind of tropical and fruit forward. And this coffee, which is a natural anaerobic bourbon from Swevin Coffee in Bristol, is perfect. It's produced by the Cata Project in Colombia, and it's a really delicious coffee with those kind of tropical notes, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of red fruit. And I've brewed this with 18 grams of coffee for a 40 gram yield, and this is a really good foundation for the drink. Next up, we're going to add our spirit. And traditionally, a Pornstar Martini has a vodka base, but I really think a rum adds a lot more character to the drink, and I've actually infused this with vanilla, just like the vanilla vodka in our Pornstar Martini. So what I've done here is take 400 grams of rum, and I've infused this with 1 vanilla pod, which I've cut in half, taken out the seeds, infused those into the rum, and then lightly chopped the pod to infuse even more so. Once this has taken on that really nice vanilla flavour, I've put it in the freezer to make sure it's nice and cold, and it kind of counterbalances the hot espresso. So this is our spirit base to the drink, and now we can start adding our passion fruit notes. So as I said before, that other recipe calls for 1.5 passion fruits plus the passion fruit for garnish, which is quite a lot of passion fruit. But because we're using our passion fruit liqueur, I want to make sure we use the appropriate amount of passion fruit to avoid making it too acidic and bright. For our Pornstar Espresso Martini, we're going to use 1 passion fruit in total, which I've washed, half of which we're going to take out the pulp straight into the shaker, which is going to give loads of that delicious passion fruit flavour. And the other half we're going to reserve for garnish, which is why we need to make sure we wash it. To pump up the passion fruit even further, we're going to go 40 ml of our quicker passion fruit liqueur. And although this sounds like quite a lot, it's pre-balanced with the sugar and the acids and the passion fruit itself. So it actually just brings more passion fruit flavour and doesn't too massively impact the balance of the drink. And it should be very balanced at the end. I'm going to add 15 ml of homemade vanilla syrup, which is really easy to make. And this will further pump up those vanilla notes and obviously a little bit more sweetness. And this is made by blending together 1 vanilla pod, 300 grams of golden castor sugar, and 150 grams of hot water until it's fully mixed together. Again, pulling from my espresso martini template, I'm going to add 1 gram of saline solution, which just bridges all those flavors together and adds a little bit more harmony to the drink. And then we're going to give this a really good hard shake over lots of ice. Gonna fine strain this into our frozen coupe glass, garnish with the other half of the passion fruit. Then I'm serving this with a small glass of discarded Cascara vermouth and sparkling wine. And there we have the Pornstar Espresso Martini. So the discarded Cascara vermouth and sparkling wine is designed to be our palate cleanser. Cheers. Very cleansing. And now let's see if we can combine two of the most popular cocktails in the world, the Pornstar Martini and the Espresso Martini, to make something delicious. We'll soon find out. Cheers, everyone. You have to try this. To me, that is an incredible drink, but that's just my opinion, and you really should give this a go. It's got all the kind of tropical notes of the coffee, the passion fruit, really subtle vanilla coming through, but just tying it all together. I think the rum's helped because it's got a little bit more body in there than vodka would have. And then you get the passion fruit on the nose, which is super delicious. You actually have to give this a go. It's so tasty. Go back and cleanse our palates one more time. That's really delicious itself as well. And now one more sip, because why not? We're all friends here. It's just a banger of a drink. Pornstar Espresso Martini, it works. Give it a try. Trust me on this, I think you're gonna love it. And if you wanna see more recipes using our passion fruit liqueurs, you can click just here. If you wanna see the ultimate espresso martini template, I'll put the video just down here. And if you wanna subscribe to the channel, which would mean a massive amount to me, means you don't miss any future videos, you can click just here. So, thank you very much for watching. Give the Pornstar Espresso Martini a go, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, everyone.